Mic check, 1, 2. No, that's a
different
fact.
one, though.
Yeah.
Not one like ours.
All right, welcome. It's the 19th day of November at 3 o'clock. We're in the community, or the council chambers. This is a meeting of the Uintah County Commission. And we'll start with Mr. Mike Wilkins giving us the prayer, followed by Barbara Semper giving us the Pledge of Allegiance.
Our Father in heaven, as we come before thee this public meeting this day, Father, we thank thee for the liberties we enjoy. We're thankful for the armed forces that protect our freedoms, and ask that thou bless those that are overseas, protecting them, that they might be able to be safe and protected and be able to return home to their families safely. Father, we're thankful for this commission and ask that thou bless them with wise decisions today, and we say these things now in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. First item today will be approval of the minutes for October 8th meeting, October 21st work session, and October 22nd meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make that motion.
Okay, do we have any questions? Comments?
Nope.
Okay, I have a motion before us to approve the minutes. Call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye, passes unanimously. Mr. Wilkins, report of warrants, please.
Okay, Commissioners, I have 3 sets of warrants today. The first one is October 31st in the amount of $991,480.92. There's a few on that was out of the ordinary. Ashley Upper Irrigation Company, $305,687 for canal crossings. There is also one to Asphalt Systems for $39,290 for the road department. We also had we paid $42,250 to Plainsman Printing. That was a bid that we put out on the books for the recorder's office. And the last one here was a check to the Uintah Healthcare Special Service District, pass through the interest monies on their monies there of $300,000. Next one is November 6th in the amount of $1,054,683.64. There's only one main big one on that one that was out of the ordinary. Everything else was the same. We had $749,328 to Vernal City Corporation. This was a pass-through of federal aviation monies to them, along with the grant, Rural Grant Part B pass-through on that one.
You said that was November, what date?
That was November 6th.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the next one was November 14th. This one, only one that was total on that one was $847,488.64. And the main one, big one on that one is the final payment to BHI on the Western Park for $291,373.70. And I believe that is the final payment on that one. And that is all the warrants, and there were no claims to date on any of those.
All right, thank you. Do we have any tax matters?
I do have one tax matter, and then I think Barbara has. Commissioners, I've received from Uintah Basin Association of Government their request for abatement on the self-help building lots that have not been sold. This is up in the Lucky Acres. There is several of them. Most of them are $92.44. One of them is $94.18. But the total is $2,497.62. So I'm requesting that those taxes be abated, and then when they're sold, they're paid by the new owner. But right now, Uintah Basin Association of Government still owns them and have not sold them.
Okay. Call for a vote. Call for a motion.
Motion first.
Yeah, let's do a motion first.
I make a motion that we abate the taxes for UBAG or Uintah Basin Association of Governments for the Lucky Acre lots in the amount of $2,497.62 as presented.
Correct.
Any comments, questions? Call for a vote?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, passes.
Okay, I have two items today. The first item, I'm requesting abatement of taxes in the amount of $320.32 on serial number 050600016 in Tax District 4. And on this property, there is a manufactured home, and there was a factual error on the square footage.
Okay.
Do you want me to go ahead on the other one? Okay. The second one is abatement of property taxes also, and this is in the amount of $663.52 on serial number 050870002 in Tax District 1, and this property was double assessed, once by the centrally assessed and once by local, and it should be state assessed, and so it will be corrected for next year.
Okay. Got a motion?
I'll make the motion to abate the taxes for refund. As presented by Barbara. How about that? Is that any better?
Works.
Okay, call, any questions, comments? Call for a vote?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Here. Spell my name right.
No, this one's from Mike. It needs to be signed by all three of us.
Sign my name right, or put my name right on there. It's not right on there.
One is a single page, and this goes with this.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next will be predator control contract, Mr. Wilkins. Put it over there. Tie smile.
Commissioners, this is the 24-25 contract for predator control. Total of $4,200 from the state, and the county will match from private landowners for the $4,200 for a total of $8,400. I have the contract for that if you approve it, and the requisition to process the payment for it.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I know in the work session yesterday,
Yes.
there were some questions brought by that individual, Danny Anderson, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And was he questioning if the owners were all paying, or I wasn't?
He was just questioning if we could get more money. The impression I got, and when he talked to me personally, he's hoping to get more money from the state. But I think without the legislature awarding more money, or if they would let us know if there's any counties that do not use their funds, then we'd be able to get more.
Okay, and kind of got the impression too a little bit if there was landowners kicked in, we'd be able to
Right.
get a little more too.
So right now,
maybe.
with counties only asking for $4,200, I have received since that call from the Walls, Scott Wall, a $500 towards the $4,200. So now we're just waiting either from Diamond Mountain landowners, or in the past Taylor Mountain Grazing used to pay, but they've been a long time since they've paid.
So they will, like with Scott Wall's money, they'll go ahead. What'd he give?
They're going to match $4,200. They paid Scott Wall paid $500.
Oh, 500, but so we'll get another 500 on top of that from the state?
We're going to get
Or
a
no?
total of $4,200
Just
from the
42.
state.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right.
So we might want to visit with him and possibly our representative and senator about
I know
looking at
he was
raising that.
he was going to talk to Representative Chu about that.
Okay. Thank you. I would make, if there's no other discussion, I would make a motion that we approve the predator control contract in the amount of $4,200 for the 24-25. What dates does that run from? Do you know?
July 24th through June 30th, 25. They normally do the flying in January, I think, when the snow's up, from what I've been told.
Okay.
They won't let me go with them.
Insurance.
I-
Okay, have a motion, call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Jenny
Yes,
Bird
ma'am.
grants. I have 2 contracts from Revitalization that were signed without going through a commission meeting. They were e-signed. So I am asking the commission to ratify those contracts. John Sturmer has reviewed both of these, and he doesn't see any changes need to be made to these. So the first one is contract number 25DWS0509. It's for the Lucky Acres Infrastructure Development Phase 1. And that one is in the amount of $997,869. So I'm asking for a motion on that first, then I'll move on to the second one.
Is that the part to buy it, or is this?
No, it's for the utilities, just for the,
For the infrastructure.
Okay.
Actually, UBAG purchased the lots with their money. It's actually joint counties' money. So, if there's not any other discussion, I would make a motion that we ratify the revitalization agreement 25-DWS-0509, Lucky Acres Infrastructure Development in the amount of $997,869.
okay.
Have a motion, call for a vote.
Aye.
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 And the second contract is revitalization number 25DWS0262. This is for the road department grader lease buyouts in the amount of $1,386,400. And that was for 8 grader leases. That was approved by the revitalization board on August 28th, and then the contract was e-signed on October 3rd. So I'm asking for this contract to be ratified as well.
I'll make that motion.
Any discussion? Okay, call for a vote.
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Okay. Next, Deanna. You've changed.
I apologize for the last minute change
Matt.
to the meeting.
Matthew.
So I'm here to call for a motion to have the Class B paved road to be added to the Uintah County Transportation Map for the 1290 North Hydeaway Lane Subdivision, accepting this change that was on the 6/11/2024. Here to present a vote to add this road to the transportation map as a Class 1B, Class B paved road to the transportation map.
Okay, call for a motion.
I can make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Any discussion? Call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Sturmer?
So Commissioners, if you remember from, I think, 2 commissions ago, I presented an oil and gas lease that will solve all of our financial needs of the county. I do have the oil and gas lease now, so just as a reminder, so oil and gas lease will be with Uintah County and Ovintiv USA, Inc. If you remember from the prior meeting, because of the very, very small interest Uintah County has in it, I asked if the commission could forego our normal property disposal ordinances, again, because it is so small. But I do have the lease, the terms of the lease. It's a 3-year lease. The royalty rate sounds great, but we own a very small amount. It's 18.75%, which is great. And it is for, let's see, 0.000599259 net mineral acres. So presenting that to the commission for approval.
Does it need anything else except said Ovintiv oil and gas lease? Is that all it needs to be?
And there's a
Motion, or is there-
couple other associated documents to authorize payment. So if it could be a motion to approve the oil and gas lease as presented and associated documents.
John, what are the dates of that lease?
Oh, thank you. It's going to be 3 years, but it's as of November 15th, 2024. It's 3 years.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
Call for a motion?
I would make a motion that we approve the Ovintiv oil and gas lease as presented by John Sturmer.
Okay.
And authorization for the
Oh.
associated documents.
Excuse me, and
Authorization to sign the associated documents, yeah.
and authorization to sign the attached, the other documents.
Any questions or discussion? Okay, call for a vote.
Aye.
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 I've
Thank you.
done my job.
You got her done.
98 cents, huh?
Just don't put a stamp on it. It cost us too much. Okay. Call for a motion to recess for the Board of Canvassers.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we'll be in recess for the Board of Canvassers.
All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
For a summary of the canvas statistics for Uintah County, we had 86.7% turnout. I was hoping for 90, but we did get the 16,000 ballots that I thought I was hoping for. So we had total active voters as of the last day of voter registration deadline was 18,490. We had 13,550 ballots through the mail or drop box. We had 1,792 ballots counted in-person voting through early vote and election day. We had 39 ballots that were returned electronically through UACAVA, so these are your military overseas voters. And we had 653 provisional ballots on election day, so those are your same-day registration for a total of 16,036 ballots. We have, so down second, challenged and uncounted ballots, we had a total of 335 number of envelopes with signatures that does not match the voter's signatures. 29 of them was received unsigned at all. One that was challenged or for other curable reasons. Total, and then 667 number of ballots that were challenged with 365 total number of curable that were not cured. So those are the people that chose not to come in and verify their signatures. And we had total of 12 number of ballots that were voted and submitted by a disability affidavit on those. Rejected ballots. We had 7 number of ballots that were returned after the postmark date. 23 ballots that were rejected for other non-curable reasons for a total of 30. Section 4 there, 697 number of provisional ballots. So this going back to your provisional ballots. 653 were counted. 44 provisional ballots were not counted for 2 insufficient ID. 6 of them that was incomplete, and 36 for other reasons, didn't prove residency or other things like that, wasn't in our county. For a total of 243 number of provisional ballots that are the same day. So the rest of them were either registered in the county and moved within our county. So now we go down through the next few pages there. 18,490 ballots were sent. We counted 16,036 for a total of 86.73% turnout. For President of the United States, I'm just going to read the top 2 vote getters. Republican Donald Trump, 13,599 or 84.8%. Democrat Harris Wallace, 1,952 for a 12.1% of the votes. Moving on to the Senate race, Republican John Curtis, 13,077 votes, or 81% of the vote, so he's declared winner for Uintah County. The state will make the final decision statewide. For Uintah County, U.S. House District Number 3, Republican Mike Kennedy with 13,718 votes, or 85.5% of the vote. Governor, Cox Henderson race, 10,208, or 63.7%. Write-in on this one for Phil Lyman was 2,610 votes for a total of 16.3%. For the Attorney General, 12,644 votes for Derek Brown, 78.9% of the vote. State Auditor Tina Cannon with 12,669 votes with 79% of the vote. For State Treasurer, Marlo Oakes with 13,274 or 82.8%. And Scott Chu received 14,425 of this out of the 16,000 votes cast and is the unopposed declared winner on that one. State School Board, again, this will be one that will be determined on statewide race on this, but for Uintah County, Cole Kelly received 12,577 votes, or 78.4% of the vote. Commissioner Troy Slaw, 5,196, 32.4%, with Willis Lefevre, 9,829 votes with 61.3%. So that one will declare, when we adopt this, that Willis Lefevre is the commissioner on that one. For the county assessor, Danette Brooks, 13,673 votes, 100% of the votes that were cast for her. The others, you'll see them, some of these, like there's 16,000 ballots that was counted. The other 3,000 chose not to vote. It's interesting as you go through these counting, how many people will come in and vote for the president, especially on a presidential year. Will vote for a president and nothing else. That's all they want to vote for. They leave everything else blank. So county assessor is Danette Brooks. County recorder, 13,715 votes. County surveyor, 13,704. County treasurer, Wendy Long, 13,422. Brock's Law on the surveyor, 13,704.
Mike,
Yes.
go back and hit the recorder.
Recorder, Brenda McDonald, 13,715. Thank you. School board, our local school board, number 4 was Ronnie Wapsock Pawini with 687 votes, 28.4 with Tana McKee with 1,509 votes with 62.5%. So Tana McKee, I don't know if you say it, Tanya or Tana, Mrs. McKee with 1,509 votes. So school board number 4 is Tana McKee is the winner of that one. And Uintah School Board District number 5, Todd Massey received 2,196 votes, or 63.4% of the vote. Lance Taylor, 832, or 24% of the vote. So school board, Todd Massey is the declared winner on that one. On our judges, Matthew Durant received 11,167 yes votes. That's 69.6%. So as far as Uintah County is concerned, he will remain in his seat. That was a multi-county race. So Matthew Durant there. Ryan D. Tenney, judicial retention on that one, received 11,120 votes for Uintah County, or 69.4%. That was also a multi-county race. Greg Lamb received 11,376 yes votes, or 70.98%. So he also remained, that's also a multi-county race on that one. But for Uintah County, remains his seat. Jeffrey K. Ross, 11,717, or 73.1% yes votes. So he would remain for Uintah County, again, multi-race county race. Constitution Amendment B, 4 was 8,958, or 55.8%, against 6,020 votes, and that is a statewide race. So for Uintah County, that's the results there. Constitutional Amendment C, 13,727 for, with 1,489 against. So that one, Constitutional Amendment C for Uintah County passes with the 4. Proposition 12 For, 10,694 or 66.7%. Against, 4,682. So Prop 12 is for, is declared on that one. And just for information purposes, the write-in candidates, we do not keep track of the invalid write-in candidates, but for president, we had 98 write-in votes for president. 97 of them were invalid. One was for Peter Sonsky and Lauren Michelle Onak. For U.S. Senate, we had 85 total write-in votes, and they were all invalid write-in votes. For governor, lieutenant governor, we had 2,645 that were wrote in. Charlie Tatatua and Sylvia Marie Fisk received 4. 31 of them was invalid candidates. Phil Lyman and Natalie Clausen, 2,610 votes. Something I want to throw out. So that is that one just for information purposes now. The way our system works, and it works, we were able to identify one voter that had tried to submit his ballot here, but also had re-registered in Utah County. We did not count his vote. We had 2 rejected ballots that were sent in, and also they voted on election day, so we did not count their votes. And we have 1 ballot that has been turned over to the county attorney for possible fraud or forgery charges. And so with that, commissioners, that is the results and report of the canvass report to you guys. I want to thank the commissioners that participated through the audit process, through the LNA process that was involved with that. It makes it easier for you guys now to make a motion and support that.
I just had one question.
Yes.
On the constitutional amendment, C, you said that passes or voted for Uintah. I thought you said, so that passes.
For Uintah County. That's a
Saying
statewide race.
Uintah County.
I'm
Okay.
only reporting the results for Uintah County. I don't know statewide. Well, I could look it up, but
That's what I thought. You
But
just
I
said
know-
it differently for the other one, so
Oh.
I was just making sure I understood that correctly.
sorry.
Okay.
Do we need to
Nope, that's
clarify
fine.
that one?
That's good.
Okay. I get going, forget where I'm at there.
Okay, call for a motion.
Do we need to adjourn out of there first, or do we?
No, you'll make your motion in the Board of
in-
Canvassers.
Okay.
In this,
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to ratification of the 2024 general election results.
for Uintah County.
It's not a ratification, it is the approval of it.
Okay, just reading what was on here, okay?
Yep.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, man, die.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, comments, questions, concerns? Have a motion before, we'll call for a vote.
Aye.
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 I just want to say one more thing. Thank you to all my staff and the volunteers who helped us on election day when we processed 600 in the line over there, provisional ballot, same day registration. Those was in the building, seen the line that was down the hallway. And we're doing everything we can to get those, and we got them all processed and things went smooth.
Thank you for all your hard work and your office and volunteers.
Okay, I'll call for a motion to adjourn the Board of Canvassers and reconvene the commission meeting.
So moved.
Comments, questions, concerns? Call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Do you have a piece of paper, Mike, or John?
I have it.
Okay. The proclamation 11/19/2024, P1, proclamation setting forth the total number of votes cast for and against Proposition 12 and declaring said proposition to be in full force and effect as required by Utah Code annotated 20A-7-610.
Okay, so commissioners, state law requires when there is a referendum on the ballot, as soon as we're able to, when the election has been canvassed and presented, then there needs to be a proclamation that is issued on the results of the referendum. So that's what's before the county commission today. Admittedly, I have never done one of these before. So when I sent the draft to you all and to Mike, I just said, look, I put a lot of statutory language in here just to make sure we covered our bases. So it's a little dry, but I have confidence that we're doing it correctly. So, Mr. Chair, if you want, it's pretty short. I could just read it so everybody can hear it.
Please
Since this is the first time this type of proclamation has needed to be issued. So let me just go through this. So we have the title, as has already been stated. So I'll jump right into the whereas clauses. Whereas on May 21st, 2024, the Uintah County Commission adopted Resolution 521-2024, R1, a resolution of the Uintah County Commission authorization of the imposition of a 0.3% local option sales tax for public safety under Utah Code annotated 5912-2216. And whereas said resolution was lawfully referred to the voters of Uintah County as Proposition 12, stating, shall Uintah County Resolution Number 521-2024 R1 imposing a 0.3% local option sales tax for public safety purposes under Utah Code annotated 5912-2216 be repealed, with option to vote for or against. And whereas following the general election of November 5th, 2024, the votes on the law that was subject to the referendum petition has been canvassed as required by law. And whereas the local clerk has certified to the local legislative body the vote for and against the law that is subject to the referendum process, and now therefore the county legislative body of Uintah County proclaims as follows. 1, the total number of votes for Proposition 12 was certified as, and we've just heard those numbers, so just repeating it here, 10,694. The total number of votes against Proposition 12 was certified as 4,682. Therefore, Proposition 12 was approved by a majority vote. 4, as such, in accordance with Utah Code annotated 20A7611, Resolution 521-2024 is repealed as of the date of the election, November 5th, 2024. Number 5, in accordance with Utah Code annotated 20A-7-610-3A2i, such repeal is in full force and effect as the law of the local jurisdiction. Approved and adopted by the Board of County Commissioners of Uintah County this 19th day of November 2024, with signatures to follow. And it doesn't say, but because this is a proclamation on an election matter, I do have it as essentially a roll call vote. So if we could call for that, just to
Okay, that's fine.
formalize it.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I'd attempt this motion. I'd make a motion that we approve the proclamation number 11-19-2024 P1, a proclamation setting forth the total number of votes cast for and against Proposition 12 and declaring said proposition to be in full force and effect as required by Utah Code annotated 20A-7-610.
Okay, I have a motion.
First, John.
Any comments, concerns? Okay, in this case, we'll call for a roll call vote.
Brad, aye.
Oh, coming to me? Norton, aye.
Larson, aye. Proclamation stands. Thank you, John.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now is the time for public comment. Again, public comment is a time for public comment, not public debate. The county will listen to the comments made and take them into consideration. The county will not be responding to comments or answering questions. Comments made might not be something county has power to act on. This is a recorded public meeting. If someone would like to make a comment, they will need to wait until the microphone is available, state their name for the record. Please be respectful, no interrupting. Please wait your turn. There'll be a total of 15 minutes allocated for public comment. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to make their comment. At the end of 3 minutes, you'll hear the telephone, old style ring. That means your 3 minutes is up. Any public comment? Last chance. All right. Not seeing anybody approaching the microphone. Public comment will be closed. We need a motion. We're going to go into closed session.
I'll make a motion.
Sorry, Mr. Chair, if I can. So the one for litigation, the attorney won't be available until 4 o'clock. But we do have the other matter. So I think as long as we just, in your motion to go into closed session, I think if we take care of the real estate one first, and then if we need to do a recess within the closed session, we can just do that and then start again at 4 o'clock. But just, so if your motion can just somehow mention that the litigation one will start at 4 o'clock, then I think we'll be good.
Okay. I would make a motion that we go into closed session for the purpose of discussing the purchase, exchange, or lease of real property when public discussion of the transaction would disclose the appraisal or estimated value of the property under consideration or prevent the public body from completing the transaction on the best possible terms, and then go into a closed session for the purpose of discussing pending or imminent litigation at 4 o'clock. Does that work?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
And then at the conclusion,
Then we would come out of, and we will meet in the small conference room, the commission small conference room. And when we're finished with the closed session, I also move that we go back into open session and adjourn.
there we go.
Have a motion. Any comments, questions, concerns? Call for a vote?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you. Darn, didn't even get to use my screen.